Follow her to D.C. This story begins with a dream. It was early last year, and I was preparing to coordinate this worship gathering. It was about 2 to 3 weeks before the gathering when I had a dream. In the dream, music was going on, worship. I felt like the gathering had already begun, and I was about to get on stage to worship with everyone when suddenly a dear friend of ours appeared in the dream. She smiled at me, pointed her finger, and then beckoned me to follow her. Then I heard the voice of the Lord clearly say, "Follow her to D.C." She took 3 steps, and I took 3 steps right behind her in the dream, and we immediately appeared in Washington, D.C. I saw the president, and I knew the Lord said to pray for him and pray for strength, and I was made aware that dark forces were circling around about him. And I woke up. I thought, wow, that was a very specific and intense dream, shared with my husband right away. A couple of weeks later, my phone rang. I picked it up, and it was the same dear friend who appeared in my dream. She said to me, "Jesse, are you sitting down right now?" And I said, "Well, I can be." And she said, "Are you ready to hear what I have to tell you?" Well, I got to tell you, my heart started pounding. I had a very good idea what she was about to tell me. And she said, "We just received an invitation to a really special meeting of women at the Trump International Hotel with Cindy Jacobs. Would you like to come?" Yes, I would love to come, as the Lord just told me 2 weeks ago, follow her to D.C. Well, my husband and I booked our tickets. We were so excited to see what the Lord wanted to do. While we were out there, we had, honestly, an amazing time. It was a room packed full of women praying and interceding for our nation, for our president, for those in governing authority. We also received a very special private tour of the White House one evening. Totally by surprise, but really no surprise to the Lord. He arranged the entire thing. I also was able to give an encouraging prophetic word to a woman of royalty from Africa. And we even got to connect with a brand new international friend from France who has a huge call on his life. That's a whole nother prophetic story in itself. Just amazing. We thanked the Lord one evening before we came back home to California. We said, "Lord, thank you that you send these dreams, that you send words and visions to not just encourage your children, but to help us to see the signposts of where you want us to go, what you want us to do, and for us to say what you want us to say." I am so thankful for these prophetic dreams. And honestly, he never ceases to amaze me. Each time things like this happened, it just blows my mind. And I just get so excited like a child. Yes, Lord, whatever you want us to do, we'll lay it all down and we'll do for your glory. As you heard this story right now, I pray it encouraged you. Whether you hear from him all the time or get prophetic dreams or get prophetic words, I pray that it encourages you. And if you want to have prophetic dreams, why not ask? Ask the Lord, "Lord, I'd like to hear from you even while I sleep." As I'm sharing this, I'm aware some of you right now listening, perhaps you have trouble sleeping at night. I pray blessing over your sleep, peace to come to you when you sleep, that the Lord would speak to you clearly in the way that only the Lord does and encourage you. I pray for good dreams. You know, every night before I go to bed, my dad taught me this. He said, "Jesse, pray. You need to pray in this way. Lord, let me have dreams tonight that would bless you." Now, sometimes a dream that comes from the Lord, well, it may not seem so peaceful. Sometimes it's almost scary or a warning. But as long as our dreams are blessing him and for his ultimate glory, we say yes. So I pray for sweet dreams for you. I pray for peaceful nights, free of anxiety, that all of that would melt away. And as you fall asleep, you'd be willing to hear from the Lord, not just when you're awake, but also while you sleep. There is no time wasted in the kingdom of God. At Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask, what shall I give you?" 1 Kings 3:5.